That I'm an answer if you ain't mine. Even if you call me up.
We're gonna talk about Jonathan Majors. All right. So, as you know, uh, Jonathan Majors is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Was one of the biggest stars. He starred in Creed. He's played Kang for the MCU. He played in Stormfront or Homefront or something on the Dick Front or some shit like that. Uh, and he also,
He did the cowboy movie.
yeah, I forgot the name of that damn
I
movie.
forgot the name of it, but it was one of the best
Lovecraft
movies.
Country. He also did Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
And so, he's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. And he allegedly decided to bring his white girlfriend home in a taxi, apparently strangled her and whipped her ass in the taxi. And so there's been a bunch of developments. Newest development is that the accuser has been granted temporary restraining order. But first, I'd like to get Deja's initial reactions to what you think based on what we know so far.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like stuff like that be kind of like tricky to get involved in because it's like I really don't know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. Like, you don't know if like they had some inside shit going on, and then it's kind of like maybe she's like making it seem like he really did do it, or maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he did beat her ass. It's one of the things. I don't know. I kind of just I be iffy about it. It's kind of like when I know it's kind of different than the Tory Lane shit, but that's even like there. Like at first, I didn't know who to side with. I end up siding with Tory, but it's like here. What if he really did beat her ass, and I'm just over here like, no, he didn't do it because I like the way he act. Like,
Well, in the case of Tory, just to touch on that for a brief second, because I know my audience isn't familiar with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. The only run-in that y'all have had with Megan Thee Stallion, and the only thing that y'all have had with Megan Thee Stallion is when y'all seen her twerking on that She-Hulk show, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But as far as Tory Lanez go, so listen, the witness said he saw Tory Lanez shooting the gun in the air. Tory Lanez said he never touched the gun, and Megan Thee Stallion said that she turned around and Tory Lanez said, "Dance, bitch," and start shooting at her feet. That's three different stories.
and I don't believe none of that shit.
What I believe is that Tory saw Kelsey go for the gun and he tried to stop her and the gun went off multiple times. It's dark outside, and I believe there's a lot of shenanigans going on with there, a lot of foul play. But we're not here to talk about Tory Lanez. Free Tory, by the way. But but when it comes to Jonathan Majors, I just think that when it comes to these not just DV situations, but also sexual abuse, you know what I'm saying? Grape, we gotta say grape because it's YouTube. This stuff has to be really clear cut. Because we're talking about the law here. The law is supposed to be, it isn't always clear cut. And when you have these really vague nuances, so you mean to tell me one of the biggest superstars on the planet came home, strangled his white girlfriend. You know, white people bruise easily. Okay, strangled his white girlfriend in front of a taxi driver. By the way, I assume there's footage in there. Then called the police himself for them to come get her. And for whatever reason, didn't understand. Yeah, I left bruises on her neck or whatever the case may be. And they came and locked him up and then tried to pay her off because she recanted her story, at least according to him and his lawyer. So the thing is, like, what are we even talking about here? Now, allegedly, there's been multiple victims, multiple women coming out and accusing him.
Yeah, and that's when we get into I don't know what really happened now, because at first, you know, you might take pity on, okay, his girlfriend or his girlfriend or wife. Girlfriend. Okay, maybe he did abuse her, but now you trying to tell me, oh, now she came out, all of y'all want to talk about it. Can't be y'all. I'm sorry, but it's 2023. Okay, back then I could give you a little leeway when you say, oh, I'm afraid of my abuser and coming out and saying something and girl, I would just say something. I'm sorry. I know we all not in the same state of mind. If he If he beating on you or he beat on you and I'm sorry, but if he became famous and somebody was beating on me, oh, I'm snitching as soon as he gets some type of money. You waiting now after somebody, his girlfriend allegedly said it, and then I think his girlfriend probably got that shit set up.
Well,
I'm not even hold you.
Well, you know, hold on, Eastern, okay. Well, the thing is, so after going to the hospital, allegedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the incident, she went to the club. So,
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
So here it is, TMZ. Alleged DV victim partying in the club, new video on the night of the alleged incident. Now, an argument can be made that perhaps this was before. I'm trying to make sure that I'm at least on his face. Check out the clips for yourself. All right, so yeah, so an argument can be made that perhaps it was before the incident, but I don't know. I feel there's timestamps. There's usually timestamps in these videos. The thing is, we're living in a society now to where you no longer need to even prove that somebody committed a crime to even. I mean, we saw what just happened to Michael Irvin, right? You're not familiar with Michael Irvin, are you?
Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib, look like Dracula's mansion, my baby. When you pull up, it's on action, my baby.